Peace. All right. Today, I want to talk about. Okay, we've been building on like the frenemy topic lately, and it was so crazy. Like, I just picked up this Bible and opened it up, and the first book that popped up was Judges 16, and it was talking about Samson. So I'm reading the story of Samson, and it's not making sense to me at all because I'm like, why if we have okay if you're unfamiliar with the story of Samson. Okay, it's about Samson. He goes out and he wants to well, that particular verse, as far as 16, he finds this woman that he really likes. She's not from his culture and or his land or where he's from, and so he's in love with her, and he knows that she's just trying to like weaken him, and so he gives her false information after false information about what would really weaken him. And then he finally tells her what can weaken him. And, it weakened him. So from that lesson, I tied it into the whole frenemy topic, because if you think about that, like how many times in life that you've been around people that you felt or you've seen patterns of them doing shisty and shady things to you, and you still let them come around, and it's like you give them rope, like you'll put them in a situation where it will prove what side of the fence they lay on, and then they show you their true colors, but yet you still like interact with them as though they hadn't showed you their true colors. So you have to keep that in mind. And so I was talking to my friend at the time, and I asked her what scripture popped up for her, and and for her it was Second Chronicles 21, and that one is also deep, because it also talks about how people may try to people that may have done things to you in your life that may have taken you from where you really needed to be or really wanted to be. They interfered in your life in a way that proved detrimental to you. They will be, basically at the end of the day, they're going to be dealt with the hand that was given, and no matter what they try to do to like lessen they're still going to deal with the karma in their ways, because what goes around always comes around, because it's all about the learning process and learning the lesson. And the only way it doesn't is if you learn a lesson and, make right whatever you made wrong. And so this was like really deep. And then when me and my friend was talking earlier today, we started joking around, and I started talking about how Eve, poor Eve, she was so naive, to me in that regard, in the situation. Like, she placed herself in a situation with an individual, when it came down to it, he couldn't even man up and say like, and take accountability for his family unit. Like, he put it all on his woman instead of taking accountability. Like, this is my family. We are equally yoked. We are one. This is me. You know what I mean? And no, he didn't do that. He blamed it on the woman. Like, his stuff that he partook in, he he blamed on the woman that he had, or his mate. So this could work both ways. Like, I'm not being gender specific in here, whether you're male or female. This can apply, either way. But if you really think about it, you know, we have to start treating each other better, in relationships. Like, and the only way you can do that is by treating yourself better within your own personal relationship. And so you won't attract people, because prior to that, that even happening, Samson was doing things that this kind of was like a karmic response for everything else. But I'm gaining the wisdom. Like, I don't have to do all the things that he did in order to get the wisdom from the story and from what his trials and tribulations. And from that, I've learned to thine self be true. and do not put your trust in a situation where your heart is already telling you not to trust it. His heart was already telling him not to trust it because he started giving false information. You know what I mean? And that false information that he was feeding, she was trying to use that against him. But he still pursued that relationship. So that was his downfall. So we got to make sure that in our relationships, whether business, professional, personal, whatever, we have to make sure that the people we surround ourselves with around are have our best interest at heart, or not. They're gonna it's all gonna go down, and you don't want to have to take the fall for someone who's not, what I'm trying to say, that's not worthy of your love, your time, your attention, or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Don't keep giving to people that are preying on your downfall. If you know somebody is not like holding you up in high esteem and not helping you grow, and not being your cheerleader, not being there for you when you need them, let them go. Because if not, at the end of the day, you're gonna regret that you didn't. All right, peace. I'll talk later, but that was just something real quick that I wanted to speak on. Peace.